All right. What's going on, everybody? This is Alvin J, the most passionate non-doctor on the internet. And as promised, I said I would be in here at 9 o'clock, and it's 9:01. Okay, so I'm a minute late. It doesn't matter. It's my own channel, so I'm not on anybody's clock. So let's get to it. So if you guys are ready to roll, always, I want to know how you guys are doing, where you're from, and then we can get to the questions. So, but I got a pressing issue I want to talk to you about today, because this is, it's kind of detrimental to human life in general. And I don't know if you guys are aware of the evil schemes that are going on behind our back. You know, I want to talk about that, but I do want to talk about somebody who's trying to make your life a living hell. So we're going to get to that in just a minute. But I got to find out. Marva's always the first one in here. Marva, she must have been sitting by the computer waiting on this. All right. So Marva, thank you. All right. So, hey, Alvin J, thank you. Iris is in here. Iris, I didn't see you yesterday, but you're in here today. Good stuff, Iris. We had 7 people. Now we got 12. All right. Marcus, hey, cousin, I'm awesome from Illinois. Marcus Macon, big Mark. I love it, man. All right. So, we got hello from Miami. Linnea's back on the spot. Okay, good stuff. Now, I love to see you guys coming in here and you want to get your questions answered. I'm more than happy to do it. I am feeling good today, better than I was yesterday. So I got to see here now. Home from Florida. All right. Hello from Florida. Delaware. Kenneth back in here. Kenneth is always leaving me good comments. So Kenneth, keep up the good work, man. I might you might be my sidekick in the future, man. You're doing some research. I stay ready. You're awesome. All right, Marva say, I'm on it, baby. I'm on it. We got more people coming in. Oh, we got 16 people now. My goodness, it's only been less than 2 minutes, and we got 16 people coming in wanting to know. So, oh, look at that. I got 1 thumbs up. Okay, wait a minute. If there's 16 people, there should be more than 1 thumb. So, so we're going to have you guys throw them in there. Last time I had somebody who actually put the thumbs up in the comments, so I really like that. So let me write in here just in case somebody can't hear me. All right, so let me see. Let me know if I'm freezing or if you guys can't hear me all that well. Let me know. I wanna make sure I got everything the way it's supposed to be. I'm gonna move my mic a little closer so you guys can hear me better. So let me know if everything is on the up and up, if I'm freezing, if I'm stopping, all that good stuff. So just let me know. Okay, here we are. We got Byron from Fort Worth, Texas. We got Texas in the house. 1 state over. We got California, Maria Garcia. All right, you know, my wife taught me how to do that. You know, my wife is Mexican. So she taught me how to roll. So just being around her, I've learned how to roll my tongue. Maria Garcia. Across the border. All right, so the night tap. All right, so they're in the house. I love it. So now, we got more people coming in. My goodness. All right, so tell me where you're from. If you're just getting in here, I love hearing from you guys, and whatever questions you have, we're going to throw them out there. However, some of you are asking questions so fast they just zoom past, and I can't get to all of them. All right, so you never answer any questions. All right, so the night tab, you know that's not true. I always answer questions. So here we go. Maybe I skip past yours. Maybe they push you up too fast. I got you. So all right, so we got a question already in here. It says, with the hyperhidrosis, should the tea tree oil be applied directly or mixed with something? Mixed with water. Usually you pour tea tree oil just like you do the apple cider vinegar into a bath. So you definitely want to dilute that because it's way too concentrated in the form that it's in. So none of that. Okay, so Dominican Republic. My best friend just came back from there from vacation, and he said it was absolutely fantastic. But he said that the resort areas are really nice, but he said the other areas around there are a little bit like people trying to take advantage of you, mug you, that kind of stuff. So I was just like, man, do I want to go on vacation there? That was going to be one of my bucket list spots when I travel around the world. So hopefully, let me know. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it should I stay in certain areas? Because that's what I want to do very, very soon. I want to do that soon. El Paso, Texas, love it. Go to Jamaica. She said, go to Jamaica, Athenia. All right. So you know what? I've been to Jamaica twice, and they treated me like royalty over in Jamaica. I can't even front. The Jamaican people were great to me no matter where I went. It was all good. So I really do love it. So I've been to Jamaica. I love it. I'm going back too. We're going on a cruise on that one, but I've been to Jamaica for like a week just to hang out, just to see what the culture is like, that kind of stuff. And Jamaica is awesome as far as the people, because really people think you go to vacation spots because you want to go to the spa. You can go to the spa in your own town. You go there to experience the culture and what the people are like. You go there to talk to people. I don't want to walk through the middle of Jamaica on my cell phone with my head down and never even talk to anybody or experience the culture, the food, the way they interact with each other, the language, that kind of stuff. That's interesting to me. I don't know. Maybe it's interesting to you guys. All right. So yesterday asked how to get rid of the HPV virus. All right. Anytime you want to get rid of a virus, you have to take an antiviral. People think you take an antibiotic. No, antibiotics only work for bacteria. So if you're going to get rid of a virus, you need an antiviral. The most powerful one that is pretty good and pretty prevalent is onion, along with, now onions, that's middle of the road. Let's go garlic. Garlic is stronger. Okay, so garlic for viruses. Now, you can take that in a capsule. It comes as a supplement, so you can get it concentrated so it starts working right away. You don't want to let this stuff linger on in your body for a long time, so get the concentrated form if you're trying to get rid of that. However, like somebody said earlier with the tea tree oil, so we can't do that one. All right, heart stent. I quit taking my statins. Now 4 months, found some natural replacements. Don't have names right now. All right, so good stuff. As long as you found something natural and hopefully you've tried it out and you know how it feels when you take it. Now, that's the big thing. Find out how anything that you put in your mouth or inject into your blood, make sure you know how you feel after you do it. See, when you get a vaccine and you shoot something or adjuvants or what do they call them, weaken viruses into your bloodstream, what's going to happen is your body's going to mount a response. If you start swelling at the area, if you start feeling tingling and numbness at the area, you probably damaged nerves, and it's probably because the adjuvants in there were too strong. So you probably shouldn't have done that. All right. But I don't advocate anything that completely bypasses your mucous membranes. Remember, any route into your body is covered with a mucous membrane. And that means that if you do take something like straight into your bloodstream, like a needle injection, you've just bypassed all of that straight into your bloodstream, and that's going to cause you damage if it's a poison. So please let your body do its work. If it's bad for you and you take it in for your mouth, you're going to cough, you're going to sneeze, all right? You're going to vomit if it's bad for you. However, just like smoke, when you first smoke, you cough violently, but the more you force it down your throat, your body says, okay, your cells say, we got to accept this because it's happening on a regular basis. So what can we do to compensate? That's how your cells think, just like you would do it as a team on a larger level, right? So good stuff. Should I boost progesterone levels after a hysterectomy and a reproductive cancer or a reproductive cancer? Of course, you have to. Now, you can do that naturally by jacking up. However, if you have a hysterectomy, you have just taken out the very thing that is causing your secondary sex characteristic. So that's what causes you to exhibit them. So if you are going to take away the uterus by removing it, that created two of your major hormones for a female, and you're going to have to do HRT, hormone replacement therapy, for a long time. Preferably, they're going to tell you for the rest of your life in order to get the same normalcy as far as your hormone levels. Okay, so anytime they recommend taking something out, I would say you probably should try something natural first, because that's kind of dangerous. Okay, so it says type 2 diabetes mellitus on keto and 1 meal a day, fasting. All right, so they're doing the intermittent fasting. All right, so Jose Romeo, all right, I got you. And then have bulletproof coffee. That's in case you guys don't know, that's coffee with like a half a stick or a whole stick of butter in it. Okay. And then big drops of 67. Then BG drops. What are BG drops? Let me know. And then why does it drop so low? Well, what's dropping low? I don't know what you're asking. I have to find what's dropping low. So Jose, get back to me on that one. Shelly Shells. All right. She's in here. I remember Shelly. She came to the bullying series and she was really involved in that discussion. So I really appreciate you for that, but thank you. All right. Good day from the Sunshine State, Australia. All right. In the down under, we're reaching across the oceans now. All right. I love it. So Ozzy, Rafael, good stuff. Jose, you mind BG? Months ago, 350, now normal. Good stuff. All right, Jose. So are you just telling me that, or is there a problem that's underlying that because you think it's too low right now? So let me know. And then he said, stents can be moved, but not from heart. Oh, not from the heart. Okay, so the NIGHT app. When you remove a stent, what it basically did was push. All right, so all they did was they stick a balloon. Okay, they put a stent around the balloon, and they stuck the balloon and the stent between the blockage, and they blew up the balloon, blowing up the stent to deflate the balloon, take the balloon out. So now you got a stent in there that's supposedly holding your arteries open. Now, if that's the case, the stent, they found out, catches more red blood cells than the disease or the blockage would have done. So now the major skyrocketing surgery nowadays is called stent retrieval, because when you have it taken out, your health is actually better. So now we've just paid the doctors twice for one for putting it in and one for taking it out. See, it's a money game when you're talking about that. However, what you have to do is you still have to cleanse out that smashed blockage, even if you have the stent removed, because that will weaken your artery and set you up for an aneurysm later. All right. An aneurysm is nothing but a weakening of your arterial walls. Okay. Now, if you have that and you have pulsing in an arterial wall and it's not flexible, eventually it will have to break open. So that's what we want to do. We want to get rid of that plaque, and then we want to restore the flexibility of that artery so it starts moving again, and now you don't have to worry about ruptures in the wall. However, how do you do that? Well, you do that with antioxidants, fruits and vegetables, vitamins and minerals. And the minerals that I prescribe, or that I can't say that, the ones that I recommend for that are of course, juicing every day with fruits and vegetables, but I also add Essential One by Andrew Lessman, a B complex, and then I also add my antioxidant stuff, which is spirulina and I think it's chlorella. All right, so those are the two. Okay, so here we go. Hey ho! So Shabam is back in here. I love it. I love it. I've seen him before. Natural HRT, progesterone creams. Now, I don't prescribe any of that. So Marva, that's a good question, because that's what they all. Natural HRT is taking care of yourself, because your hormones will come back if you give them the master steroid in which to produce them. That is omega-3 fat. All right, namely cholesterol. If any doctor on this planet tells you that there is a link or a correlation between high cholesterol and heart disease, he's a fucking idiot. Okay, because there's no study ever in the American Medical Association Journal, in the British Journal of Medicine, in the New England Journal of Medicine, in the Lancet, in the Journal for Epidemiology. There is no study in the history of time that says that high cholesterol is related to heart disease. Everybody believes that, though, and that's what they tell you in every hospital in America today. It's BS. All right, don't believe that mess. So what you want to do, get on your fruits and vegetables, of course, get on your vitamins. With a systemic enzyme, okay? And that comes in a bottle. The one I use is called Pro1zyme, okay? So, and I wish I had it here. I could actually show it to you. All right, so good stuff. Shabam, he asked, do we have any weight gain tips? Of course, you got to eat denser foods. Now, when you're trying to gain weight, you cannot do cardio. Not moderate, not severe. You can do a little, but you can't do much at all. Now, if you want to weight lift, that will build the muscle and add weight to your frame automatically. However, if you want to gain weight, you have to eat dense foods that will kind of what we call stick to your bones. Okay. Now, what that means is that it's slow burning, and therefore it'll stay in your system longer, and therefore it will start incorporating into your tissues and your bone tissue. That's what we want. So if you want to gain weight, you have to eat stuff like bananas, oatmeals, eggs. They have to be heavier foods, but not stuff that is dense in the form of carbs. See, that's the part you got to leave out. You can't do heavy breads. You can't do pastas, because that stuff will make you fat. It'll add weight to you, but not the kind of weight that you want. You want thick, smooth muscle. So you have to eat healthy things, but things that are dense. Sweet potatoes, regular potatoes. Okay, those things are dense, and I know a potato is a carb, but it has so many antioxidants in it, the sweet potato or the yam, that will add weight to your frame without adding excessive or bad fat to your frame, and give you a nice smooth, and it'll give your skin a nice glowing smooth appearance. So people don't know that. You work your skin from the inside out. You add weight from the inside out. So don't try all these topical procedures. Don't get injections and stuff like that. Don't try to make yourself big, bulky, and all that kind of by external means. Okay. So Good enough. All right. So it says, please repeat the enzyme. Marva, it's called Pro-One-Zyme. That's the one that I got. It's I ordered it off Amazon. It's kind of expensive though. Enzymes. I found it cheaper, the exact same brand, at the vitamin shop. So if you got one close to you, I would go there because you always get like 15% off or something like that. So it's a really good Pro-One-Zyme. Good. All right. Can you replace veggies with protein shakes based on veggies? Thank you in advance. All right. Gidry, let me see. You can, but you have to do serious research on the company that it comes from, because sometimes powder is just powder. It's just junk. It's a bunch of chemicals put together and it's green and it makes you feel like you're doing something good. However, if you do research on the company and you find out that it really is a good source, or just real vegetables and fruits and vegetables condensed down or dehydrated and then pulverized and then packaged at the point of freshness, that is, yes, we want that. And some companies do that. All right. I do the real vegetable, so I don't do research on those kind of companies. So I'll leave that to you. However, just make sure on the package, all it should say is what's in it. If it says this is blueberries, it should say blueberries. If it says it's blueberries, apples, and carrots, that's all that should be in there. Blueberries, apples, and carrots in a dehydrated form. Some of them might say we added this for freshness or natural flavors. That's code for MSG. So you don't want that. Brain tumors, tissue tumors. You don't want that kind of problem. So it should say exactly what it is. And listen, I don't care if it's sweet or not. You guys are too hung up on the taste of stuff. If it don't taste good, I ain't going to eat it. Well, you're probably not going to get healthy then, because most things that are good for you don't taste all that great, but you can make them taste great with something else that is natural, like oatmeal. You don't have to add a pound of sugar, especially white sugar. What can you do? You can add bananas. You can add raisins. You can puree some fruit and put that in there. That's much more healthy than trying to add a boatload of sugar to make it to your liking. All right. And you're just destroying the health benefits in the first place. So I hope I answered your question. I went off on a rant there. That wasn't for you. That was for everybody. All right. So Ebony Eyes is back in here. Okay. Greetings. Sleep disorders. I notice I get sleepy after eating fruit, carbs, and sugar. Doctors claim nothing is wrong. That could be the case. Ebony, nothing has to be wrong after you get tired, because you should sugar crash after you eat any form of sugar. However, the crash is worse when you eat processed sugar. Okay. So you'll notice that you might get tired. You might get a little sleepy after you eat a fruit or a vegetable, the healthy stuff, but you should come right back like 15, 20 minutes. However, if you eat something and you got to go to bed, you feel like you got to lay down, you're lethargic for the next hours, 2-3 hours. That means that you are not recovering and your insulin and glucagon are not working in your blood the way that they should. Okay. So even for me, even if I eat processed sugar, I'm over it within about 15 minutes. Now, natural sugar, it only takes 2 minutes. I'm like, I don't even notice the effect of the fluctuation when I eat natural sugar. However, when I eat processed sugar, about 15, 20 minutes, it's out of my system. Other people, they're going to take a nap. They don't know because they're not staying up to gauge how far that should go along. So again, how you feel. Listen to your body. It's trying to tell you, okay? Don't take stuff to cover up headaches, all right? Your body's trying to tell you. What do? Motrin, Excedrin, Aleve, all right? You want to get rid of that headache. But sometimes I know it's so bad, but if you keep taking the headache medications, guess what? The headaches get worse. They don't get better. So you got to keep taking more and more headache medication, sometimes now in higher doses, because remember, your liver is going to flush that stuff out and you're going to build a tolerance to it. And now you got to take more to get the same effect. Yes? Yes. All right. Marva got it. All right. So puree dates. Iris, that's a good one. All right. That's a good one. As far as the sweetness in the oatmeal or adding a sugar, puree dates. She's right. That is an excellent sugar source. I do that myself. I hate it though, because it stains the blades on my blender. So I'm just like, dang. So I love them, but they just stick to everything. Okay, here we go. Please scroll up and see my question. Christy just asked a question. Christy, I don't know. She said totally skip. Christy, I can't get to everybody. Let me see. All right, let me see what you're talking about being improved. So Christy asked. Christy, you're in here somewhere. All right, she said EF at 32. So what are you speaking on? That's a short abbreviation. So let me know what your condition is. You got to spell it out for me, because there's so many definitions and some of them have exactly the same abbreviation. So I got to get to them. All right. So As soon as she lets me know what it is, okay, it says ejection fraction. You know what? I've never heard of that condition in this particular form. Is it called something else? Ejection fraction? I don't know what that means. So you're gonna have to I don't believe I have. I think when you're talking about ejection fraction, you're probably talking about a condition that the doctor named for you to make it sound more complicated. I probably know what it is. It's probably called something else. However, all right. Oh, gotcha. All right. So yes. Okay. You're talking about cardiac volume output. So I know. So how much power your heart has to pump. Now, what they're talking about is the power in your, see, whenever you guys see that wave. So I hope you guys are listening for this. All right. Now it said, whenever you guys look at a medical show, you're going to see somebody laying in a bed and you're going to see a monitor up in the right-hand corner of the screen. And you're going to see beep, beep, beep. All right, that's called a PQRST wave. The P bump is the atria on the top of your heart contracting. The QRS complex is the ones on the bottom, your ventricles contracting. And the one at the end, the T bump, is for the ventricles coming all the way back open. Now, there could be several reasons for this. Usually it's because the nerves that are running to your heart are not firing as strongly as they should because the nerves are damaged, okay? I can pretty much guess that's what it is. That doesn't have anything to do with the size of your valves, valve defects, anything like that. That would be if you would have a murmur on your heart because they would be able to listen and hear that. However, if you're talking about the ventricles on the bottom of your heart, because that's the important part. When you actually squeeze the ventricles, they must contract all the way and they must blow all the way back up. If you don't get full cardiac output, making you automatically anemic. So if that happens, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to repair that to the nerve. So again, systemic enzymes in combination with omega-3 fats will incorporate that fat back to where it's supposed to go so your oligodendrocytes can do their job. All right, that should improve it without a problem. However, if you have a weak heart or something like that, if it's the heart muscle itself and the nerves are fine, but the muscle is not, I would hit this from both ends, the nerve and the muscle. So for the muscle, this is what you need. Exactly. You need selenium. All right, write that down. If you got a pad next to you, something to write it with, you need selenium. You need vanadium. Okay, these are two elements that our body requires. It's essential nutrients. And you need something else called copper. All right, copper will keep the integrity of your walls so that everything starts flowing. You start secreting nitric oxide and everything starts working smoothly, and you don't have to worry about these problems. However, I would do those in a multivitamin, not individually, because remember, we don't just treat one portion of the body, we do the whole thing. So multivitamin, the one I always suggest, Essential One by Andrew Lessman. They sell it on HSN. It's on sale most of the time. If you buy it off Amazon, it's always for the regular price and it's always expensive, but it is worth it. You can get a 6 month supply for about $120. That's what I got in my cabinet right now. So just looked. All right, so that's what we got. Boom. I see. So hopefully I answered your question there. All right. LL back in the house every afternoon from the West Coast. All right. I'm on the West Coast too, LL. All right. Good stuff. So Denise Rutherford, how do you clean your gut over the weekend? All right. That's easy. It's called a saline wash. I got a video on it on my channel right here. So if you go to my channel and look for saline wash, it'll pop up for you. Okay. So that's how you clean your gut over the weekend instead of using the Gaia Supreme Cleanse, which is much more gentle. But see, the saline wash, 2-3 hours, you're done. All right, make sure you're done. Do it in the morning. So when you have time, get up early, do it in the morning. However, if you're going to do the Gaia Supreme Cleanse, it'll cleanse out your colon, but it's the 12-day cleanse. So same effect, just depends. Do you want to go soft or do you want to get down and dirty, baby? All right, so you got to find out which one. Okay, so the night of, thanks for the information. All right, no problem. All right, gotcha. Shelly Shells in the morning on the East Coast. Good stuff. 10 p.m. here. 10 p.m. Oh my goodness, this is 9:30 a.m. on this side. Good stuff. All right, we got. Wait a minute. Somebody said something. All right, they were told, she said she was told CoQ10, which is for energy. That's an energy production thing, and that is how to actually increase the metabolism of your liver. And then we got L-carnitine. L-carnitine is fantastic. So that's what I'm saying. You do want to get a multivitamin because you'll get that kind of stuff in there. However, you can get a protein powder. The one that I use is called MRM plant protein. It has a full amino acid profile. And L-carnitine, that's not one you want to do by itself, because if you take the other two that accompany that, you can start reversing your aging. All right, it lengthens telomeres. So what you also might want to add to your L-carnitine, I think that's wrong. It's supposed to be acetyl L-carnitine, L-carnosine, and glycerophosphocholene. Those are the three used together for anti-aging. Okay, so just a little tip there for that one. But good tip, good tip. So it is actually L-carnosine. It's acetyl L-carnitine, and then it's glycerophosphocholene. So go back and watch this video after it's posted, and then you guys will see the particular ones that I advocated for you. So I don't know what time it's at 25 minutes into the video, so just let me know, okay? I don't want to make it too long, all right? I don't want people watching this after, and they're like, oh my God, it's an hour and 20 minutes? All right, I know. So I should have a defibrillator placed, or is it possible to rebuild without having it done? No, it's always possible to have it without having it redone. If you're going to get a defibrillator in your chest, what you're saying is you're going to implant a little machine that's going to be a lump, usually on your upper right chest, that is going to send a signal. So every time your heart stops, and that's the problem, your heart is going to start, instead of beating, your heart is now quivering inside your chest. And when your heart is quivering inside your chest, what's happening? No blood is moving anywhere. So can you fix that condition? Yes, with what I just told you. So remember, selenium, vanadium, and what's the last one? Copper. All right, so to keep the integrity of the walls. So now you have a strong heart, and you don't need, there's no need for all that. But you're talking about putting something in your chest that would stop your heart and literally make you pass out in public, and you will wake up a few seconds to a few minutes later, depending on how well you take it, and you're supposed to be fine again. Do you want to live the rest of your life like that? That's my question. Do you want to do that? So I doubt it. So you got to get into a regimen. Now, what I'm giving you now is what we call band-aids, bandages. All right. We're giving you small solutions, and this probably should be done as part of an overall protocol to completely get your body healthy, not just your heart. Because whenever you start seeing symptoms with your heart, fibrillations, when you start seeing blotches on the skin, when you start seeing migraine headaches, when you start seeing PCOS, endometriosis, those are side effects of something that is deeper that's happening in your body. And we think that if we just fix that area, it's going to go away. No, that's the same premise behind chemotherapy and radiation. They will kill the cancer cell, but nobody is addressing what caused the cancer cell in the first place. So is your cancer going to come back? Everybody I know, it has come back. And people are like, oh yeah, mine's been gone for 5 years. Just wait. I'm not wishing it on you, but what they did was shoot radiation or give strong, extremely powerful drugs that kill the immune system, the very system that you use to kill the cancer. So just, it's a whole, never one part of the body. Okay, so the video was like, oh, so Jose said the video was lagging. Is anybody else experiencing lagging in the video? Let me know. I want to make sure that everybody's getting a good full experience from it. So you are correct. I have type 2 diabetes that causes this. And Christy said diabetes is a symptom unto itself. Okay, diabetes is not a condition. Diabetes is a malfunction of your beta cells, so you cannot accept insulin or secrete insulin. Okay, so it's all of that. So what's causing that? Well, it's probably your white blood cells attacking your beta cells and destroying your pancreas. And that's only happening because there's junk, poisons, adjuvants, toxins inside of your pancreas. Okay, and how do they get there? From what you eat, from what you breathe, vaccines, all that good stuff. So if you require those for work, you're going to mess yourself up. All right, so just remember, it's always an underlying cause. And what do you have to do with the saline wash? Flush it out, or the Gaia Supreme Cleanse, flush it out. And now you take your vitamins and minerals, you get rid of toxicity, you get rid of deficiency, and guess what? Your diseases magically go away. All right, so the video is good. No lagging here. Iris Marva, thank you. I love the feedback on that. Good stuff. How can we prevent diabetes? Well, that's all about diets. Usually 95% of the stuff you put in your mouth is a poison. Okay, and I'm going to tell you this. This is why younger and younger people are getting osteoporosis. I've never seen a 14-year-old have osteoporosis, but it's happening now. 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds are getting osteoporosis. Why? Because you drink the culture, and now Coke and Pepsi are at record numbers, but anytime you drink a soft drink that is carbonated and is filled with processed sugar, what's going to happen? That carbonation in your body is a poison. It's going to break down. It's going to lodge itself in your tissues. Now, your body has no idea what to do with the byproducts, aka poisons, that come from these liquids that you're putting in your body. So on top of the fact that it's carbonated, meaning carbonation equals oxidation, breakdown of your tissues inside your body. So what happens now? Well, you keep on drinking these sodas, and if your body did not make an adjustment, you would die from the soft drinks. All right. All it would take is about 2 weeks and we'd be out of here. But what happens? Your body makes an adjustment. It boosts your blood calcium level by chipping calcium off of your skeleton. So what does that do? That buffers the poison that is floating around in your blood. So calcium will bind to it so it cannot be attacked or absorbed into your small intestine, and now it can't do harm to you. However, by it doing that, chipping calcium off of your bone, guess what happens? The bone becomes weaker and you never put the calcium back. That's what's the problem with the standard American diet. All right, it will weaken you to the point where cancers can take over, where you can get leaky gut, and now you got colon cancer, mouth cancer. So that's why you're seeing all this stuff happen. I told you guys, my brother had a stroke at 36 years old. What? How can a 36-year-old have a stroke? You have to be at least 58 in order to have that happen by the statistics. And now it's happening to people even younger than that, 38, 30. In their 20s with osteoporosis, extreme migraine headaches, and having heart attacks and strokes. You think something's wrong here? You think something's wrong? I think so. And we got to deal with it. So if you don't take care of yourself and you're worried about, oh, it doesn't taste good. Well, I'm telling you what's in store for you. I got some good video series on how that's what's going to happen. All right, so let's get to some questions here. All right, I don't want to be too deep on you. All right, so we want to get you guys questions answered. I have the same question. I've been eating keto diet and my numbers are normal, but at times drops below 70. It's supposed to. Jose, you don't keep measuring your A1C or your blood sugar levels all throughout the day because you're a human being. It's going to fluctuate. Nothing stays where it's supposed to be. People think that all the time. Everything in your body just stays at a certain set point. No. If you get stressed, it's going to change. If your blood vessels dilate for whatever reason in your body, it's going to change. All right. If your blood vessels constrict, it's going to change. So what they consider normal is not a number. It is a range, and it's a pretty big one. So don't ever think that, oh, just because on Tuesday I spiked, that there's something wrong with that. I need to go see the doctor. No. If you average that out over time, it's normal. That's what it is. But some days you will be really low. Some days you'll be really high. But if you average those together, you're right in the middle. So it's always a range with our body, always. So don't think you are a number and you're supposed to stick at that. No. If your kids start acting up and you get pissed at them, guess what? Your blood pressure just went up. That's going to affect that number. See, it's all relative to what you're doing. You cannot do that. It has to be a range over time. So don't think that, oh, Tuesday it was high, and then again Thursday it was high, and then on Sunday it was high again. I don't understand. No, and then Tuesday it was Monday it was really low, and Wednesday it was really low, and Friday it was really low. That's the way it's supposed to be. You're a human being. It fluctuates. It's supposed to move all over the place. All right, depending on what you're doing, what you're looking at, your perception of the world, that will all change depending on hormone release patterns. So don't ever feel like, oh, it's too low, it's too high. How do you feel? All right. Do you feel lightheaded? Are you getting migraine headaches and stuff like that? Are your limbs swelling? That kind of stuff. That's an indication that something is wrong. But numbers on a paper, fuck that. Okay. So let's go here. All right. So look at here. Tammy. Uh-oh. There we go. All right. So Tammy says, Tammy, nice to have you in here. It says, no matter what I do, I'm having trouble losing weight. I bloat with everything, even water. I wonder if it's my thyroid. It probably is your thyroid because people don't realize that your thyroid has a relationship with your adrenal glands. The more you're stressed, the more difficult it is to lose weight, meaning that the more cortisol is in your blood, the harder it is for you to get the good endorphins in your blood to get it circulating and to lose the weight. More than likely, what I'm seeing more and more nowadays is it's probably insulin inflammation. So that's why you guys see people who have solid fat today, where you see the men who are walking down the street and they look like they're 15 months pregnant, okay, with their stomach just sticking out, and it doesn't even hang below the shirt. It's just sticking out like they're pregnant. That kind of stuff, that's inflammation. That didn't happen in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. But now, starting in the 70s, when we had all this stuff come in as far as food preservatives, food additives, all the high fructose corn syrup because sugar got too expensive, that's when you started seeing stuff like this. So that's probably the reason. So you need to get rid of that inflammation. And you can do that by a nice, healthy diet with plenty of deep green leafy vegetables, along with your healthy sugars from your fruit and vitamins and minerals to help with deficiencies so that you now can get your insulin back on track. It doesn't stay in your blood. And now you don't have that agitated fat, you should say, that's causing swelling and causing you to gain or hold more weight. Okay, so hopefully that'll help. First thing in the morning, I'm going to give you this tip. First thing in the morning, 1 scoop of protein and water. Don't eat or drink anything else for an hour after that. Then go on about your day eating your normal diet and see, does that help any? Okay, so we want to do this from both ends. However, I never want to tell anybody to just eat whatever you want. If you keep eating what you're eating, you're going to keep getting what you're getting. So don't think anything I say as a band-aid, a quick tip, is going to make a difference in your life if you're not willing to change anything in your life. If you like your Popeye's chicken, ain't no weight coming off because you're eating free radicals. You're eating meat that was cooked or bathed in a lard. You just release free radicals. That's what all that breading and all, whenever you fry something. So now what do? You increase your incidence of toxins in your body, and now your body has to respond to that by what? Redness and swelling. So that's the bloating effect that you're feeling when that happens. Okay, so there you go. So I always relate it. I got to bring it around because people don't know this part is related to this part. This part is related to this part. You got to get all this stuff together. That's why I always treat the whole. You guys get it now? The whole. Okay, now I notice that you get sleepy at those numbers lower. Of course you do, as far as low blood sugar. So you do. However, can you get out of that? Can you increase your activity? Can you even it out faster? That's what you want to do. It's not that it goes low. It's that when you go low, can you rebound a little bit quicker to make that effect not as noticeable? All right. And of course you can. If you increase your activity level, your heart becomes larger, and that becomes kind of a non-issue as far as circulation is concerned. So I'm going to assume that you probably need to pick up the activity just a little bit to make that happen. Okay. Good enough. Jose, good questions. All right. I just want to say to people, I told doctors, this is the night tap. I told doctors in the hospital, I refused to have a stent. I was told I was to look at the x-ray only. I felt nothing. Okay. So I don't know it's kind of confusing. Okay. So, I'll leave it. All right. Jose says, I get it. Okay. So LL. All right. So you said your BS. Okay. I'm assuming that means blood sugar. Okay. Uh-oh. Did I lose it? I lost it somewhere. Where did it go? Did I go up to? What happened? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So blood sugar. Okay. So when you wake up, it's that's the way it's supposed to be. Okay. So LL, that's a good question. He said, my blood sugar is at 92 at night, and then when I wake up, it's 110. Well, that's a good thing, LL. That means that your glucagon is working. Okay. So people know all about insulin, and insulin is what attaches to your cells to allow sugar to come out of your blood. However, when you are sleeping, all it takes is about 2-3 hours of not eating. And guess what? Your body is no longer working on what you ate. It's working on your fat for energy. Therefore, you don't have any sugar in the blood, or not enough to keep the cells working. So what do? Your cells release sugar. And when they release that sugar, the sugar goes into your bloodstream so that your cells can continue their cellular work. Okay, so it should be around the same or higher when you wake up because you release glucagon to release sugar into your blood. So that's absolutely natural. So good stuff. Good question. Okay, thank you. Jose said thank you. Good stuff. How do you keep your blood flowing? By keeping it from sticking. And you do that by eating emulsifying foods. Emulsify means to break up, meaning it's non-stick. So if you want your blood and your blood pressure, your blood cells to be moving a little bit better in your blood, first tip, drink water. All right. Anytime you want to thin out your blood or increase your circulation, drink water. That will increase the plasma level according to the solids against the liquids in your blood, and it'll flow better. However, if you want to keep your red blood cells from sticking, you need antioxidants so that blood does not stick, and nitric oxide is continue to be produced to keep everything flowing nicely. All right. In case you guys don't know, nitric oxide is an enzyme secreted from the walls of your arteries to keep everything nice and flowing so nothing sticks to one another. Okay, good enough. I like it. Ooh-wee. All right. LL says, yeah, I get headaches. If you fix that problem, LL, I guarantee your headaches will subside and you will notice they get smaller and smaller. And if you keep doing it, they should go away altogether, provided that everything else in your life is going well. Okay, so look at some of my videos on diet, what to do, exercise, and stuff like that. As far as that, you've probably seen them all. All right, so we got, thank you. All right, I appreciate it. Good stuff. Here we go. All right, Jose is giving you a tip. Good stuff. Cool, Jose. Yes. All right, Kenner's back in here. I have 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar before bed and the first thing in the morning and midday. Am I taking too much? No. If you're doing 2 tablespoons at each one, that's fine. Okay, 2 tablespoons is not a lot, and you don't have to worry about that. It's not a drug. Even if it was, you can easily get it out of your system by just not taking it one day, and then you can jump right back on it. So I would say no, you're not taking it too much. You would see if you were taking it too much, because if your urine if you start feeling side or should I say upper back aches or something like that, that means that you're alkalizing the kidneys too much, and they would start to pulse a little bit. So if that's the case, then you will notice slight pain. It's not going to be anything big like, oh, I got to go to the hospital, but you'll notice it'll be a slight tingling or pain in your back because you're alkalizing them too much. Okay, so good stuff. Good stuff. So we got water ionizers. What do you think about these, please? Okay, so Carrick. All right, Carachok is back. All right. So what do you think about water ionizers? Now, I like the idea of that because what it's saying is that the premise behind them is sound. I just don't know how well they work in real life because I don't know the technology. I don't know what the parts per million and all that good stuff is. But as far as ionizing water, what it's trying to do is, when water breaks down, you have a hydroxide ion and a hydrogen ion. When you put them together, you get water, right? So when they ionize water, what it's trying to do is it's trying to give you more hydroxide ions, which is more healthy, more alkalizing, the same thing apple cider vinegar does. But it's giving you less hydrogen ions, which we call free radicals in the body, and those cause cancer. So that's what the ionizer is supposed to do. It's supposed to break up water. It's supposed to give you into your system more hydroxide and less hydrogen ions or free radicals. So that's the premise behind it. I just don't know how well that works in real life as far as the machine. So I love the premise of it, but I had no experience in real life. Good enough. How about Hep C that is not active or seen anymore? Does that mean you still have it? You always have it. Jose, whenever you have hepatitis, you always have it in your body. It's like herpes. All right. However, if it's not being exhibited, it's not contagious. But if you are showing rashes or sores, it is highly contagious. So same thing there. So can you make it dormant for a long time? Like we have chickenpox in our body. If you ever had chickenpox, you got herpes zoster, and you have it for the rest of your life. However, hepatitis is exactly the same way. Can you have it in your system? Yes. But does it ever have to be exhibited? No. And how is it exhibited? Usually when you are toxic or deficient of your nutrients. So if you keep up on those, guess what? It doesn't show up. So good question. Good question. Thanks, Superstar. He put shades on it. All right. Good. Thank you, Kenners. I appreciate that. Let me see. I don't know if I have any shades here, Kenners. I will put them on. So I might have a pair. Let me see. Oh, man. Oh, Kenners. All right. He got me. He got me. Oh, yeah. I'm feeling good. Feeling good. All right. So good stuff. All right. Now, thanks. What vitamins do you recommend for eye health? Well, that's always going to be vitamin A and beta carotene. Okay, so those are both found in carrots, but I always supplement vitamin A and I always supplement beta carotene as part of my regular regimen. So my eyes, guess what, guys? I'm almost 43 years old and no eye problems. All right. Now, I will tell you this. I have to be completely honest. Before I knew about all this holistic healing, before I knew about all this stuff, I did get LASIK surgery because I was tired. I mean, sick and tired of wearing contacts because my eyes were bloodshot red a whole lot of the time. Okay. So when I actually started wearing the contacts and the glasses, it was bad for me, really bad for me. And I hated wearing the glasses because I got the marks behind my ears, I got the marks on my nose, and my glasses just kept sliding down my face. It felt like it was sawing my ear off. So hated the glasses. But did it help me see better? Yeah, but it was a Band-Aid. It was a crutch I was using. But after I did that, I was so desperate, I was willing to try anything. So I went and I had LASIK surgery. Now, I went to the best surgeon in the country for my LASIK. If you ever see anybody advertising, oh, buy one eye, get another one free, you don't do that shit. You know what's going to happen? Because if they mess up your vision, it's gone. It's messed up. You're blind for life. So you go to the best if you're going to have something done or not at all. That's why people are trying to get into my cancer course and they're like, can you do it for $100? Hell no, I'm not doing it for $100 because I help people get rid of late stage cancers, meaning I am saving their life. So if that is not worth a premium investment, as far as this is concerned, that I can't help you because I went to Dr. J. Pepos in St. Louis to get my IDA. He has his own institute. It's called the Pepos Vision Institute in St. Louis. And this man help calibrate the very laser they use in all the surgeries. He knows what he's doing. He's been an eye surgeon for over 40 years, okay? And he's been practicing on this over 20, I think it was 15 years. So the man knows what he's doing. He's got thousands of surgeries under his belt. So he knows exactly what to do, what to do if something goes wrong. And that's what you want. And guess what he charged me? $5,000 an eye. People will be like, what? All right, it only took 10 minutes an eye, and he charged you $5,000 an eye? Well, I can see, can I? Do I have any problems? Flares, dry eye, rings, halos, flares? No, because he knew what he was doing. But a friend that I know went to a chop shop LASIK surgery place, and guess what happened to them? Dry eye, continued redness. The ring didn't heal properly. Okay. You get what you pay for. So I'm not one of these cheap on the corner son of a guns who are just trying to give you a Band-Aid here, a Band-Aid there. Just give me a few bucks. And no, I'm trying to treat your entire body so it never comes back, so it never happens again. And if it does, you know exactly what to do to get rid of it again. That's worth the investment. So I'm off that. But eyeballs, be careful. But I wish I'd have known before I got the LASIK surgery that you can do eye exercises. I have a video on that. It's my most popular video. It's got over 1 million views on that video because people recognize that they want to do this. They want to get rid of their glasses and their contacts. It's a huge problem. But what do people do? They want to go to the optometrist. They just want to keep their glasses, get a prescription that's stronger and stronger each year, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. All right. So here we go. Exactly. Iris, there you go. So eyes are red now and never used to be like that. That's right, LL. All right, LL, I got a video. HPV, polio, LL, I got a video on how to get toxins or vaccines out of your body. So just look for it on my channel. Take a look at it. Is eating meat healthy? Very little of it is. All right, most meat, and people like to stick with chicken and turkey, like that's the good meat. All of the meat is processed. Turkey legs, whatever you want to throw in there. Chicken, people always think, oh, chicken is healthy. Nope. Chicken is one of the most foul animals as far as our industry and eating it is concerned. All right. You should see a slaughterhouse. All right. Chickens bathing, congregating in super close quarters, walking around and bathing in each other's feces. And then they're going to pluck the chicken, cut its head off, and then serve it to you on a plate as if it's great after they fed it tons of growth hormone. I mean, come on now. It's not good. However, there are sources of clean meat. All right. Now, if you're going to get farm raised, cage-free beef and stuff like that, that I do advocate because all meat is not bad meat. However, most meat, especially stuff that comes from your grocery store, that stuff is terrible. All right. There's only a few places that serve really good meat, and Whole Foods is one of them. Now, will you pay double for the amount of a steak? Yeah. Will you pay double for the amount of your chicken? Yeah. But is it worth it so that you don't take toxins into your body and develop a condition that could come on in the next few years? I think so. And if you guys don't use meat substitutes, okay, I found that being with a vegan chef, and her name is Maria, and she helped herself lose 190 pounds just doing vegan recipes. So she's now doing videos for my cancer course now, and I am happy. I'm just so ecstatic to have her as a part of it because she showed me that you don't have to eat meat. You could just eat, you can use a mushroom as meat and it tastes way better. She told me you can use black beans as a burger patty and eat that as a burger and it tastes almost the same or better. All right. I didn't know that. She told me that instead of using real spaghetti and pasta, this white pasta, this GMO pasta, the stuff like that, she said you can bake a squash and scrape the squash peelings out of the middle and it turns out just like spaghetti, and you still put tomato sauce on there, and it tastes fantastic. I didn't know that. All right, so that's the kind of stuff that you guys have to do if you want to look out for your health. You're picking from the alternatives that are given to you when you don't know there's a secret menu, like at In-N-Out Burger. See, all right, so good stuff. All right. All right, Jeff Haynes is in here. Moro, I missed the last chat. Moro is back in here. Moro, I said I was going to get to your question. Moro is asking about MACTEL. If you guys don't know what MACTEL is, it's a nice little abbreviation stuck together. It stands for macular angioectasis. All right, so macular angioectasis. What that means is that macular means your central vision, the central part of your retina in your eyeball. Okay, telangiectasis, angi and tel. All right, tel means telescoping, so tubes. All right, and angi means vessel. So you have a telescoping blood vessel, and then ectasis means that you have swelling. Okay, so what it means is that the blood vessels in your eyeballs are swelling to the point where it's blocking your vision, causing you to become legally blind. Now, what can you do to reduce swelling in a blood vessel? The same as you do in any other part of the body, and the same as you would do for heart, strengthening the heart. First of all, to get rid of swelling, you need an anti-inflammatory. The first thing I'm going to tell you is turmeric or ginger, all right? Completely strong and natural anti-inflammatories. You can get the turmeric root or you can buy it as a powder, okay? Doesn't matter. They're strong either way. However, what I do want you to do after that, to get rid of that, to keep it from coming back, you have to strengthen the walls of the blood vessels to make sure they don't swell easily like that. So what do? You flush out your system, make sure there's no toxins, because I'm pretty sure if it's breaking down and they're blowing up that easily, that means that the blood vessels are weak. So first of all, you got to cleanse your body. You got to do a saline wash. You got to do a Gaia Supreme cleanse to get that mess out of your body. So now your body can repair itself. To help it repair, we're going to give it the building blocks that it needs. And remember, just like I said for the heart, you're probably going to need selenium, vanadium, and copper to strengthen the tubes. And guess what? That might not happen anymore because you don't have the deficiency of the new vitamins and minerals, and you don't have the toxicity of the adjuvants and the poisons in your system anymore. So hopefully go back and watch this, Moro Sword. Okay, that's my God. I finally got to your question, but I just have to let you know that's how you do it. Okay, so good enough. I'm having fun here. This is good stuff. Oh my goodness, we've been on here for 52 minutes. My God. Okay, I'm going to do this for a few more minutes and then we'll find out here. All right, so good stuff. We got it here. Carlos. Let me see. Karichuk, he says, oh, he's talking to him. Okay, gotcha. Jackfruit is really good. Marva, as a sweetener, absolutely. All right, I know. I don't get it that often, but when I do get jackfruit, it is sweet and it is good. So if you guys want to add that to an oatmeal or something you're trying to sweeten instead of using pure sugar, man, and it has antioxidant and health benefits from jackfruit. All right, it does have some electrolytes in there. So go after it. Marva, good tip. Yes. Thank you for helping me out. I know I'm answering a lot of questions. Grass-fed beef. Jose, couldn't have said it better. All right. And make sure you guys know the farm. You can often research farms on the internet. And when somebody tells you that they are a farm, go on Google Earth and just look up the address and see what the building is like. We were doing research to find out if a fruit grower or a company was actually, was it a good company? And we look on Google Earth and they got all these fancy pictures on their website. So we look up the address that's on the website and we go to Google Earth and you know what happened? It's an abandoned warehouse. And we're like, what? And we put in the exact address. We wanted to make sure if it was sure. So we put it in like 6 times to make sure this wasn't a joke. And it was an abandoned warehouse in the middle of Florida. I was just like, so you're just bullshitting people on your website to make it look like you're green. But when we actually go to your site, you're just saying that because you want people to buy your shit. I mean, all right, so good stuff. Jose, thank you for the advice. He's helping out LL. They got a good conversation here going. I like it. All right. What about vaccines that shed and my kid being around the vaccinated? Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. If you have a healthy immune system, you don't have to worry about shedding. You don't have to worry about transmission or anything like that. The problem is the kids that are vaccinated are breaking down their system to the point where they're becoming more susceptible to the vaccine they just got the shot for. So by giving the vaccines, we're creating the epidemic, not getting rid of it. All right, and you guys can look at any statistics. Don't take my word for it. Don't believe Alvin J. Don't think that just because I have a channel, everything that comes out of my mouth is true. Even though I try to make it. But I want you to look it up for yourself. It's more powerful that way. All right. Go look at a film called What the Health if you haven't seen it already. It's one of the most, it's done by an amateur guy, but it is so well done. It's one of the best documentaries I've ever seen on health. All right. Over and above everything. Forks Over Knives. I've seen Farmageddon. I've seen The Business of Medicine. I've seen The Business of Being Born. I've seen all of them. That is one of the best. I see what all the buzz was about What the Health. I watched it a long time ago when it first came out, and people are just now catching on like 8 months later. But I watch everything when it comes out with regard to health because I want to be on the cutting edge. I want to know what's coming. I want to know what you're going to deal with in the future when it finally comes out. So, yes. All right. Got 100 to go. LL working on it. I love that. I know. I'm helping a pastor actually try to get rid of or lose weight as well. So I know this is good stuff. This is good stuff. So I was told eating carbs are bad for weight loss. Okay, it's true and it's not true. If you eat carbs and you're going to work out immediately after to burn the carbohydrates, and that burning will go from carbohydrates once they're gone into fat. That's how bodybuilders and all that do it. So if you're going to eat clean carbs, that's cool, like organic oatmeal. All right. It's a slow burning carb. And if you use it for working out, if you're going to work out immediately after, then it's fantastic. But it has to be pure and you have to do it right after a workout. However, if you're going to eat contaminated carbs and you're not going to work out, it will have the opposite effect and it will destroy your health. So just depend. Everything has a yin and a yang to it. So I apologize. All right. So here it is. Sub stuff. What is sub? Are you just talking about sub as in a submarine? Or are you talking about sub like Subway sandwiches? Is Jared in this son of a gun? No. All right. You said taking protein in the morning on an empty stomach will help with weight loss. Yes, it will. And then it says, what type of protein brand do you recommend? I use MRM protein. MRM protein. And it has all the protein in it. And I think it's like 27 grams, 23 to 27 grams, something like that. And then it has a full amino acid profile. Therefore, you will never be lacking or have anything missing so that your glands start acting up or going haywire. I just do it basically. I wanted the amino acid profile to keep my liver healthy though. All right. So it makes your protein. So good stuff. Gentlemen, has cancer sent home, hospice next to pancreas area, stage 4. What can we do to buy time? Carlos, that's a good question. Carlos asked this. Now, that's an important question. Now, Carlos, I deal with this on a daily basis. I really wish I can explain it a little bit further. However, I'm going to give you something quick right now. If you can get your hands on something called cannabis oil, do that immediately because that immediately holds off metastases and stops them where they are. Okay. Right after that, I want you to do the baking soda protocol every day from now on. Okay. So we might even start reversing this because I've done this with a stage 4 person who is metastasized already. And his is now back to a stage 2. Sometimes it's too late. Okay. Once you see a stage 4 cancer, I don't know how far it is to the end, because when they put them in hospice, they're saying there's nothing the hospital can do, but is there something that the natural body can do? Yes. Now, this is what I want you to do. Immediately, I want you to get baking soda, and it's 1 8-ounce cup of water, preferably filtered or purified water. All right. No bad stuff, no processed sugar, no white flour, no white bread, no white sugar, none of that crap. All right. If you are trying to reverse a cancer, first of all, This is what I want you to do. Okay. Baking soda, 1 8-ounce glass, 1 tablespoon, not teaspoon, tablespoon of baking soda in the water. Stir it up. Drink it once in the morning, once before you go to bed at night. Okay. So do that along with, if you can, do a coffee enema. That will flush out the toxins from the liver. And I got a video on how to do this coffee enema. So do that. And you got to flush out the liver because the liver is the secondary source of your white blood cells. You see, your thymus gland in the middle of your chest will activate hormones that will make white blood cells release into your body. So when that happens, they usually come from your lymphatic system. However, if you're dealing with a cancer, the lymphatic system is too busy. What's the secondary source of your white blood cells? Your liver. So your liver will start pumping out white blood cells, and that's usually what kills the cancer. And if it's metastasizing, you have to have that happen. All right. If it's a stage 4, you have to have that happen. So immediately, if you can get your hands on some cannabis oil, do that. Okay. Cannabis oil is twice a day. And depending on the height and weight, you will have to get the recommendation. You'll have to figure out the recommendation from their height and weight. I don't know what their height and weight is. So I can't recommend that. But in general, for a 5'7" person who is 165 pounds, for cannabis oil, you would give them 8 ounces of water. There would be approximately 8 to 10 drops of cannabis oil. All right. However, if it is a stage 4, the first 2 days, you will double that. So 18 to 20 drops. All right. In 8 ounces of water twice a day for the first 2 days. And then it's 8 ounces of water, 10 drops every day after that. Okay. Cannabis oil will not contraindicate with a coffee enema, and it will not contraindicate with baking soda. Okay. However, you cannot take them together. Okay. After you do the baking soda in the morning, you have to wait an hour before you do anything with cannabis oil because both of them have to be absorbed in order to do their work. All right. Now, I would recommend 2 hours just to make sure, because this is a stage 4, things should be circulating a little faster. So remember, space them apart. I mean, circulation should be a little slower. So keep them a little bit further apart, 2 hours at least. Okay. Baking soda, 2 hours, then cannabis oil, if you can get your hands on it. Okay. Baking soda, cannabis oil, coffee enema to boost the white blood cells. Make that happen immediately for the stage 4. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Let me know. Please write to me in my email. I'm going to put my email in here right now. So write to me in my email. Let me know how it's going. And if we have to do something a little bit more drastic, okay, as far as trying to slow this down or reverse it, then we can. But that is going to be the main thing that you have to do as far as that. Okay. So my email is in the link here. So okay, write it down. Let me know if there's any other things, special circumstances I should know about. Have they been on chemo and radiation and stuff like that? Because if they have, chemotherapy, radiation makes things work slower. They don't help natural processes. They make the process a lot slower, sometimes 50% less. If they just came off of it, sometimes 90% less. So I just hope it's not too late, because out of my whole time of helping people, I've only had one person die, and I hated that it died because of somebody's great uncle. And this person is a great friend of mine. Okay. And I love helping him out. I love giving his family advice because they use it and they do it and it works. But we were too late on that particular one, and they had him in the hospital. So of course they still had him on the drugs and stuff like that. And of course he's going to die if you keep on putting poison into your system. Good enough. So let's go to the next one here. All right. My hair is shedding like crazy. How can I get over the iron deficiency, anemia, and low vitamin D very quickly? Now, first of all, you have to take biologically available versions of these things. So that is a hell of a good question. So sub stuff, that's how you do it. Now, as far as iron, you want something called activated or nutritional yeast. All right. It's called one or the other, activated yeast or nutritional yeast. It is rich in B vitamins, which help build your blood. And the one other glaring benefit, it has amazing amounts of bioavailable iron. All right. Now, as far as let me see, you said iron and vitamin D. Now, when you said vitamin D, that's easy. You can just take vitamin D, or I would recommend the better alternative. Go out into the sun. Okay. Eat fruits and vegetables, so you have the building blocks to make it work, and then go out into the sun. Best source of vitamin D you're ever going to get, even by oral or by mouth. Now, if you want to supplement vitamin D because there's no sunlight in your area, or you're in an area where the sun doesn't come up that often, supplement it. It works slightly less, but it still works. Okay, so that's what I'm going to tell you. Activated on nutritional yeast, or supplemented vitamin D, or use the sun. All right, so vitamin D, Iron. There you go. All right, Sub, you got it. All right. Could you mention body cleanse that you recommend? Oh, yes, it's called the Gaia Supreme Cleanse, Gaia. Okay, so the Gaia Supreme Cleanse. I'll write in the chat here so you can see how it's spelled. Gaia Supreme Cleanse. All right, there you go. All right, so boom. You guys know, I'm not into vanity and stuff like that, but I like seeing that little crown next to my name on the chat. That's good stuff. YouTube, you guys are good. You're good. All right, good stuff. All right, we got a whole bunch of stuff going on. You know what, guys? I'm making this too long, but it says we pray for him and receive Christ. Okay, receive Christ. The next morning, he was actually sitting up. He has new strength. We'll do what you say. Thanks and God bless. Carlos, all right, I appreciate that, man. And I'm glad to see that kind of recovery. Now, when you guys do it, make sure it's not too good. Okay, make sure it's not too good, because here's the thing. Whenever somebody is in hospice for whatever reason and they are about to pass away, they magically get better on the last day they're going to be alive. So I'm not telling you that. I'm not wishing that on you. I'm not hoping that happens. I'm saying that's usually the case. So I want to make sure it's not too good. Hopefully he sat up, and hopefully he's doing that of his own will because he's feeling better, because his immune system kicked in and helped kind of get the cancer back in check. However, I do want to say if they're in hospice and they're not feeling as well, usually on the last day or two when they're about to pass away, they get this last burst of energy where they feel great, they feel renewed and all this stuff, and their body will just after that just shut down. So I hope that is not the case. All right, get on that stuff immediately if that is just to make sure that is not the case. Okay, immediately. So thank you, Carlos. I just wanted to throw that out there. Hopefully it won't be a surprise to you, but I just want to give you everything from every end just to make sure. Okay, so good stuff. So all right, so here we go. It says, well done, HJ. Okay, Alvin, I'm a male and my urine pressure is not as strong as it used to be. Why is that? I'm 54 years old. All right, so that's purely a function of your prostate. Whenever your prostate urine comes through your prostate, your semen also comes through the same gland, your prostate. That's why you can often tell if the stream of urine gets weaker, the stream of semen gets weaker as far as ejaculations. Now, when you're talking about the strength of the prostate gland, that's all done by what they call Kegel exercises, meaning that you contract and you hold and you release. And you do that, you're supposed to do that about 200 to 300 times per day to strengthen that. Now, can you get that to be stronger? Yes, because you have a prostate gland, and the prostate gland is exactly what's making that happen. It has a muscular structure when it squeezes. So women don't have that. Women are using the vaginal walls to manipulate in order to be able to, so when they're doing their Kegel exercises, they don't have a prostate. So they're exercising the way that they contract and restrict the vaginal walls. Okay, so we're doing the prostate, they're doing the vaginal walls. So when you think about this, all you have to do is do those Kegel exercises. And remember this, anything that has a muscular structure must also be taken care of. Therefore, remember, for muscle strength and wall stability, you need selenium, vanadium, and copper. Get that in a multivitamin. Andrew Lessman, Essential One. I keep telling people. All right, good stuff. Go back and watch this video. I did go over that earlier in the video. And good stuff. All right, at New Jersey. All right, eliminate processed foods. That's always. So that's a good tip. Listen to that one. Listen to that one. All right, and then we got thanks. All right, so from Jose. You are so right. That happened to my father. So much energy before he passed and died of colon cancer. Lady T. Beck. I know I've seen it in almost all of my relatives who died of a condition. All right. All of a sudden on the last couple of days, oh, they feel great. They're walking around. You're like, weren't you just in the bed? Weren't you just 2 years laying down and all of a sudden you're cooking breakfast? So yeah, it's almost like a last hurrah for the body, and then all of a sudden, everything just at once shuts down, and the person dies. So hopefully that's not the case. I hope, but Carlos, I really don't want that to be the case with your relative. So hopefully that's not. Hopefully that's not the case. All right, don't worry about it. It's American Aborigine powerful. African Americans ain't African. Do the research. Coming in here, she's don't be starting stuff in here now. All right, so good stuff. How to get rid of uterine fibroids and heal an enlarged uterus naturally. All that is good eating there, because endometriosis and PCOS will result in the very things that you're just talking about as far as fibroids. Fibroids are usually not cancerous, and if you do have fibroids and you're talking about the uterus, those things in your those fibroid tissues, that's usually because the uterus has broken down and the fibers of the uterus are now caving in and touching, and they kind of form around each other and they form a balled up, what we call a cyst. So are they cancerous? No. Can you reverse them? Of course you can. Of course you can. And without surgery. So all you have to do is clean up your diet, fruits and vegetables, supplement vitamins and minerals, and then you'll see over time, usually about, I would say about 4 to 6 weeks for women. I would normally say 2 to 4 weeks, but women have greater fat distribution, and fat takes out the good stuff a little bit faster for women because you have more zones of fat on your body. So yes, okay, good stuff. Good. Marcus, I love these videos. Thank you. Marcus, thank you, man. My big cousin Marcus on the line here. In case you guys didn't know, he is doing very well, and he is a pastor, and I just love him creating all this positivity in people's lives. And I love the big happy family that they have over there in Illinois. So much love to you, cousin. Much love. Okay. Kenners, my mom is losing her hair. What can I pass on to her to stop or reverse it? You know, Kenners, I have not done or begun my research on growing the hair back, because I've done a little bit, meaning that I was doing the coconut oil to do the oil pulling and brushing the hair to stimulate the follicles. And that was one method I was trying to use to do it. And as you can see, mine is supposed to be all the way back, because my grandfather, I got his male pattern baldness. And when you do, at the age of 25, his hair was gone and it was closed off. As you can see, mine is not closed off completely, but I do have it now. I'm looking at how well other stuff works in the body as far as getting rid of or reversing a cancer. So I haven't got to that one yet. I'm sorry about it. Okay. So guys, I got to get a little because people won't watch them. All right, if they're too long, but I guess that's already too long. But if you're giving value and you're looking at the video and you're listening to this while you're riding in your car, that's what you should do. Listen to it while you're riding in your car going to work, and then you'll have all the health answers you need, and you'll know exactly what to tell people when you meet up with them. So I'm going to say, I want every one of you, thank you. I'm going to say goodbye to you. I want to name, I do like calling out names at the end because I love it, but I want you guys to just say goodbye, just so I can see your names up on the chat. And I would really want to say that I really do appreciate you guys asking me questions when there are so many people out there that you could be asking questions to that could come and answer your problems or help you with your problems. I really, really, really do appreciate you. All right. You guys don't know how good people you are to come in here and just interact like this, because in today's day and age, people are just not as cordial, they're not as inviting, they're not as talkative, people don't communicate and converse anymore. So I love that interaction, even if it's through a screen. I love that interaction I get from you all. Okay, and at least I get to see what you're thinking, what you're feeling, the questions that you have. So good stuff. So LL, I see you. Jose Korachok. All right, I like that. All right, Corleone. Corleone is up in here. Well done. B. Lewis, Kinners, Shabam, Afro Consciousness, Lene Green. I got you. Alexandria Clarkson, Clarkson. I messed it up. Sorry. All right. Marcus Macon. Good stuff. We got Rolo. All right. I didn't see Rolo before. Okay. Ethne. All right. We got Carlos. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. We got Tammy in here. Yolanda, the Night Hap. Gidri, that's how I'm going to say it. I know it's wrong, but I'm going to say it that way. Okay, Marva Gandhi was the first one in here. Sub Stuff, the New Jersey Investigation, Alexandria Moro Sword. I really enjoy Moro. I hope I answered your question pretty well as far as the macular degeneration. It'll probably take about 3 to 4 weeks to start seeing some good results from that. In about 6 to 8 weeks, you'll probably notice a huge difference as far as flare-ups or as far as your vision improving. So just stick with it. Just stick with it. Dame Z, we got you. Ricky Allen up in the how many people we have coming through here. We see how many people who have live interacted with me and asked the question. If I missed your question, I do apologize. They do come up pretty quickly, and I can't get to every single one of them, or this thing would be probably 3-4 hours. Okay, so I try to get to them as quickly as I can, but I know my answers can be long, but I don't try to give out the band-aids, but I try to give as thorough information as possible. So thank you all. Enjoy your day. Go out and enjoy your Friday. Go get something good to eat. That's healthy. That's good for you. Even if you go to the bad places, try to make it good. Even McDonald's has a salad. Okay, so pick the lesser of the evils when you guys go out to eat. I uploaded a video on how to eat healthy and how to shop in a grocery store and a supermarket and what to stay away from. So if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and watch that one. But I just want to say thank you all. I'm out of here for today. I really do appreciate you, and peace. All right, I love it. I'll talk to you all later.